So what's happening with TRVL? So yes, yesterday I did a stream and I was kind of contemplating some things about the price action and the waves, and I had this idea that if this happened, then this would be a good place to buy. But the more I think about it, the less I'm thinking this is going to happen. Okay. So let me just put that away for a second. And I just want to explain some things about the price. And let me just put this away. Name, wrong trade, mid-April. I just put the wrong trade mid-April. Just for reference, but I don't like, let me explain. Hide that as well. Okay. So a few things that I'm looking at with TRVL, and I'm always looking at the candles as well. Let me just hide that trend line. So we've had a really powerful weekly candle, weekly pivot. And so you can't ignore that. Is good volume, weekly pivot on fib time. As far as I'm concerned, that is a back test of support. And there's no reason to think that the price is just going to go down. But everything is possible in crypto, so you have to contemplate the possibilities of everything. Yeah. So when I'm contemplating to the downside, you know, like I'm bullish as hell. I'm crazy bullish. Like I'm thinking this is going to go up to easily the all-time high. I can't see it not getting to the all-time high. And I think as we hit the all-time high, we're probably going to overshoot into price discovery. And you know, there's really there's no limit in price discovery, especially with Dtravel and TRVL, with the idea of what it is, which is fitting into the RWA narrative, fitting into the AI narrative, and fitting into the deep-in narrative. And actually it's a working product, which I've used, I've tested, and I've proved. Okay. And I've shared that in previous videos. I think really there's no limit to my bullishness on this token. When I consider the market cap of Airbnb and Booking.com and via Verbo, I think it'd be very easy for TRVL, to get to a $1 billion market cap. I don't really see that as a problem, logically and mentally. That would put us at about let me have a look, because I haven't looked at this in a while. What are we currently at? 30 million. I mean, that's already a big achievement. So to get to $1 billion, you're basically taking, you're basically looking at a 10x would put us at 300. 100x would put us at 3 billion. So not a 10x. My maths has gone, it's 10 times 3, so it's a 30x. So it's just over a 30x would put us at 1 billion. So where would 30x put us from here? So about $3 would put us at, yeah, so it's, oh yeah, because it's in decimals. So you're basically looking at $3 at 900 million. So $3.3 is a $1 billion market cap. I really don't see how that can't happen. And obviously everything has got to do with Bitcoin. Just because of what it is. And that would be a very, very tiny slice out of Airbnb's market cap. and booking.com and Verbo. And all you really need is the crypto community to understand and get a hold of the idea of what this is. So when I am thinking about to the downside, it doesn't mean I'm bearish. I'm just looking for good areas to pick up the token for buying. I'm not selling this token until I reach my higher targets. If I sell, or if I'm planning to sell, and I always said that once we get above 9 cents that I could be looking to start selling, but I'll be looking to sell to buy back, sell to buy back, sell to buy back. So I'll be looking to trade this now. It's not on derivatives, it's on spot, but that's fine. Now that we're above my threshold, which was 9 cents, now we're starting to reach the higher range. So we're in the higher range right now. The dividing line is 9 cents, and the longer we stay above 9 cents, the more acceptance we will have above 9 cents. And so therefore 9 cents will psychologically become our lowest point of support. Not our lowest point of support, but our closest point of support. So that's the launch price. And effectively what that is an SR flip. So now we're moving into potentially empty space, black space. And once you start moving up into empty space, the price can move quite fast, quite quickly. And, you know, there isn't much. You see how the price dropped? It's very possible that the price could go up really fast. And so therefore it's very important that people look to take profit, because in the same way the price can move up very fast, you could also see quick drops as well. If the price starts moving up quickly, you can see quick drops. So it's important that people look to take profits, and the way to do that with TRVL would be to sell and then to buy back low. Yeah, so you're not looking to sell and exit. I'm not looking to sell and exit right now. Yeah, but what I am trying to do now, what I'm thinking about, is growing my TRVL account, building my TRVL account. And I'm not trying to do that. You can't do that if you're hodling TRVL and nothing else and doing nothing else. What you'll do is you'll speculate. So you'll have a portfolio and you'll try and trade between tokens, and sometimes one token will pump and you'll sell that and you'll buy into another token that has, and you'll wait and wait and wait. It's a bit of a kind of guessing game, and I don't really like doing that. What I would rather do is create a trade plan of areas of interest, and I will sell, and my buying back will be like taking profit, but I'll be taking the profit into TRVL. Yeah, so I'm basically increasing my TRVL account. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about going forward. And I'll be starting to create ideas of trade plans on TRVL on the local time frame. On the higher time frame, I've already explained what I'm thinking of, and that would be to wait for alt season, where ETH has gone parabolic, and that will be then the kind of the timing has to be correct, where all the alts are pumping, and that will be the final exit potentially for most people, where they will slowly scale out of alt season. That will be the moment to do that, and that might coincide with some kind of exchange launch too, because if you do get a Binance exchange launch, that's often considered as exit liquidity for most people. But anyway, we have to see when that happens in the future. So when I'm looking at like the ideas of going down, it's quite simply areas to pick up the token, because I'm still looking to buy more token lower down. But also I am thinking now that we're above 9 cents of risking a percentage, a small percentage in a trade, and I'm considering that as a hedge. Yeah, because there's no way to short in this market. Otherwise, I would take a short. So the only way to do it would be to sell. You have an invalidation, but I wouldn't buy market. I wouldn't set an order to buy market automatically. If I'm invalidated, I'll be looking to scale back in. So it would be like scaling out. Into scaling short would be selling, with scaling and shorting by selling, scaling, scaling, scaling. And then if you're invalidated, you have to scale back in. That's the only real way we can do it on spot, especially when it's not crazy liquidity at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. So looking at the candles, we came back down yesterday and we pushed right back up. The monthly candle is looking bullish AF, really. This is looking really bullish. I can't see any weakness at the moment in this up move on the higher time frame. And every time I look at a dip, it just gets snapped up. That's what's happening right now. That's telling me something. That's telling me that there's more interest right now in buying than selling. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. If you look at the way the price declined, and you see how the price just was snapped up. It was just snapped up. Okay, so for all intents purposes, you've got quite high volume in the selling, and the price isn't really dropping that far. Yeah, if you look at this increase in volume on this green candle, this 12-hourly candle, then you've got quite good selling, sell, 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 sell. And really the price hasn't gone down that far in comparison. So what's happening here is you're getting a lot of absorption. People are absorbing the decline in price. And then what you get is the last descent, the final descent here. I'll show you. And it, for all intents purposes, it looked like a little bit of a breakdown. Someone sold the market here, and the wick filled, and the price was just breaking down. Here starts to break down. It started looking weak here at about 9.3, 9.2 cents. Bought back again, sold into it, like a second attempt for the bears to sell. On KuCoin, it took the liquidity from the lows, buying tail, rounding bottom, and the price went right back up. Okay, so it's very strong, powerful, bullish price action. Okay, it was brought up to there. It doesn't mean the price can't go back down and range here for a little bit. It can't go back down to test. You can see, you know, the buying has kind of slowed down a little bit. And mainly, right, what I'm seeing right now is that people like to buy the dips. Every time it dips, they buy. Especially when you have these kind of crazy fast dips. See, the buying is quite aggressive too. So you get aggressive selling and you get an aggressive buying. But also what you're seeing in the price action is absorption of sales. So I shared this on my Twitter yesterday. And actually, let me just bring it up so I can show you what I shared. So it's always, if I see something that's really interesting, I will share it. There. So this was the 1 hour, 2 hourly time frame. You've got higher lows. You've got lower lows on the MACD. That's hidden bullish divergence. And then on the CCI, you've got a ghost, an inverted ghost, which is broken out from the neckline, which is a bullish reversal pattern on the CCI. And I also posted this. This is an extremely bullish candle on the daily candle. It's got a buying tail. It's back into support and you're back in the range. So it's a very bullish candle that was printed. So let me have a look at that candle now. Hold on. Was there anything else I posted? No. So yeah, to a 2 hour time frame. I'll show you it here. High, low. lower low on the MACD. That's a hidden bullish divergence. That just tells you that the price should be here, but it's not. It's not because you've got buyers that are absorbing the price, okay? And it just readjusts the fair price when you get that, because the price should be down here if it followed the MACD correctly, but it wasn't. It was being absorbed, so now the fair price is slightly higher, and that's what we're saying. We're saying highly every time the price dips, we're getting bullish divergences. So we also had this CCI ghost. You can see it's an inverse ghost. So you got a little arm, a head, a big head, and a right shoulder, and you have a little neckline there. So that's a powerful reversal pattern. We've broken out. This is CCI is a leading indicator, so it's kind of telling you what's to come. You have a breakout, and now the price is following the CCI correctly. Let me just have a look at these slightly higher time frames. You see on the monthly time frame, I indicated last month, I think it was, that you had a zero line reject here on the CCI on the monthly time frame. That's a powerful continuation pattern on the monthly time frame. That's really powerful. When that happened, it was last month, and you see from that month to current price, we're already 114% increase in value. So anyway, so what am I saying? Well, look, I was doing an Elliott Wave count yesterday. Elliott waves are really hard. Like, let's not mess around. Yeah, it's extremely subjective, and in a low liquidity environment, it's a lot easier on Bitcoin. But now we're kind of okay. Are we in a wave 5? Is that the wave 5? I'm not sure. I'm not very sure right now, actually. I think maybe I did it correctly before. This 3, I think that was correct. I think this 1 makes sense because it comes back. ABC, that's the 1. Because you come back to it here, to the 4. This is the 5. But I am just thinking to myself, well, is this the final wave? The 5 wave? What was the correction and what was this 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what kind of correction is this? Is this an ABC, ABC, ABC? And that's the wave 1. There. This is the wave 5 now. Are we in a wave 5 now? And instead of having just a simple ABC here, we had a little bit more of a complicated correction. So ABC, 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 down to there. And that's basically a WXY combo, like a combination of multiple ABCs. That's why it's not easy. Like when I was looking at it yesterday in the stream, I almost felt like we're just doing an ABC and this was the final wave. But now, with this kind of impulsive behavior, I'm thinking maybe now we're in our wave 5. Okay, now what I was saying to us yesterday was that this wave 1 was the most impulsive, this 2 was flat correction, this 3 was wasn't as big as the 1, and so therefore I'm not actually expecting the 5 to be bigger than the 3. That wouldn't make sense if this is the last wave, the final wave 5 of 1. So potentially we're back up to the same level, potentially. And then Bitcoin corrects, and then we have to see the correction. Okay. And so what I'm contemplating now is to sell that, but not, I'll only be risking a percentage. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking to risk a percentage, maybe 1% of my entire portfolio. And then I'll have an invalidation. I'll be waiting for the invalidation as well, because potentially this is the final wave of wave 1, potentially. So you have to update these. With Elliott waves, you have to see what's happening and you have to update it. This is what I'm looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're in the 5 now. And we're actually in the 5 of the 5 right now. And the way you can tell is by looking at the impulses. So, oh, I lost that. So wave 5. Let me bring that into there. So now we've put in that low of the 4. Probably that was like an ABC, 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 all the way down to there. You have to take the liquidity from the lows. That's very healthy. And then you have an explosion, which is your last wave 1. We're in an ABC now. And so now that we've put in the 4, let me just check these trend base. So that's the first trend base. That's the second one. So there was alignment there at where it hit there. That's probably why it reacted. That probably coincides with some other fib levels. But let me now do this one here, 2 to 3 to 4. I'm going to try and do it accurately. Maybe I'll just use a slightly higher time frame to get the actual that would be, yeah, potentially there again, and that would complete. It can't be more than the 1-to-1, because you've had a smaller wave 3. If that's the wave 3, then this can't be more than that. And so I'm actually thinking now, and this is where you would hedge. Yeah, if you were to short, you would hedge, because what you're thinking now is this completes your wave 5, but I want to count 5 waves here. Yeah, so we're potentially in the wave 1 now. This is the ABC. I want to see the next wave, and then see where the next wave finds resistance, and that's your hedge. And the hedge would be to sell. You'd have to sell some token And that way, if the price declines, you're making more token. That will be your profit. So you're trading, basically. You're trading, and you have to see the reaction. So you wait for the reaction, and actually on a level like this, if we were to come back here, 205, get rid of that. Does that coincide with anything else? Let me have a look at my high time frame levels. You've got a daily level up there. Maybe it would be nice to go up into the daily level, to be honest with you. A little push up, that would be nice. Just to clear the liquidity, that would be really nice if that was to happen. Volume levels are lower down. And then you've got your 382, which at the moment you see it's reacted. I want to get us past that 382, and obviously that's quite a far distance to get to the 50%, which is at 17.5 cents. So we had a reaction in the 382. It's holding as resistances now, but I am thinking to myself, if we get like an ABC here for another push up, and then another push up, like a final 2 more pushes up, and that will be the area of interest. And then is there anything else that I had in mind? That's local fib time there. So maybe it's going to coincide with the end of the month. Let's high up. Okay. I have an area of interest here where if we complete, if I see this next impulsive wave, then even though I've been telling people don't sell, what I'd be looking to do is risk a percentage to make a percentage, risk a percentage to make a percentage. Yeah. In this situation, because you're culminating at, like, I don't want to risk much, you know, like I'm still like crazy bullish. So all I'll be looking to do, and the thing about TRVL is because you don't really want to catch the price in the middle because it moves too much. You need to catch the price at the extent of the price movement, because if you were to sell, the price is going to move away from you. It's going to slip, and so it makes no sense to push it if you're not at the edges. It would have to be at the edges. And then the idea is that the price declined, you'd be looking, your take profit would be to buy back. Not your take profit isn't to go and take the money into another token, because the idea is incorrect. The idea would be to sell, to buy back lower, and that is your profit. The increase in TRVL is your profit. Okay. And therefore you'd be selling at key levels, but then you'd be buying back at key levels too. And we're at the beginning of the bull market, so this could be very good for everyone, especially if we create trade plans. So I'm gonna start doing this as well. Now